back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. Now, earlier I did a video where we looked at some alternatives to Creed's Aventus in the niche world, and what I'm going to do now is look at some alternatives to Aventus, certainly not in the niche world, in, you know, I wouldn't call it the designer world, but I'd call it maybe the lower cost or the better value world, shall we say. Obviously, Aventus is a very popular scent. Creed knocked it out of the park when they made Aventus. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about Creed. If you're here, you probably know all about it, and certainly if you're here, you'll know all about Aventus. So I'm going to take it as a given that you know what Aventus smells like, and you know roughly what the notes are, and you know a bit about the history of Aventus, etc, etc. What I really would like to do, I mean, there are a lot of, I mean, I could be here a week. There are an awful lot of Aventus clones on the market. Not only sort of like your, you know, your L'Aventure and your Club de Nuit, you've also got loads of clone houses that just make clones that are, you know, churning out Aventus clone after Aventus clone after Aventus clone. And then you've also got people like Parfums Vintage who are making sort of a very high-end or niche clone of Aventus and the various types of Aventus. I'm not going to go into Parfums Vintage today. I haven't actually tried any of them, and I do want to. I've got nothing against them at all, but they are quite expensive for what they are. So I'm looking at three that aren't getting as much hype as maybe they should, and for various reasons. But again, nothing against Parfums Vintage at all. I think from what I've heard, not from personal experiences, they're doing a really good job. So first off, we'll start at the very, very bottom end of the spectrum in terms of cost, and then we're going to have a look at Lattafa's Dur Al Maknoon. Now, apologies to anybody and everybody really with regards to my my pronunciation. It's pretty awful. I'm sure that's not how it says. But this beast here, I say beast, I mean I'm talking about the bottle. This was £12. I think, you know, which is cheaper. This was actually cheaper to buy than a Perfume Parlour clone of Aventus would be. I think Perfume Parlour charge about £13 for 50 mils. So I got this for £12 and it's 100 mil. Look at it. It's like the gaudiest thing ever. And it's really solid too. Look, it really, you know, you've got this massive cap on it, this lovely dangly thing, which I'm assuming is in Arabic. Again, I don't know for sure. And 100 mils of liquid in there. Look at that. Wow. For £12. And that was through Amazon. So I'm sure you'll probably get that cheap. I mean, I don't even know how they could make it for that. But, you know, look at the presentation on it. It's hilarious. What a monster. 12 quid. Unreal. So, I suppose the important question would be, what's it smell like? Well, let's give it a little spray. I have worn this quite a few times. You can see there's quite a bit of juice gone out of that 100 mil. So when you spray it, actually, you get, first off, what you do really get, which is a bit rare, is you get a real strong sort of perfumes alcohol kind of vibe coming off it. And then, really, really quickly after, what I find hilarious is you get such a realistic pineapple note. It's unbelievable. It almost smells like a Bond No. 9 centerpiece for him. It's really, really loud as well. And I've worn this, as I say, I've worn this a few times. It's not going to set the world on fire by any means, but as far as Aventus clones go, for the money, it's really, really good. It will take some beating. Basically, it rushes through all the stages and all the types of Aventus you ever have. You get a wonderful citrus opening, and the pineapple's a real note. You can really, it's definitely pineapple. There's no mucking about. Then it kind of gets a little bit lemony. And then it's quite clever. What it does is it fades quite quickly into the smoky Aventus that we hear so much about. So you're getting the fruity Aventus and the smoky Aventus all in one hit. It doesn't really do a lot other than this quite remarkable change from, yeah, it's starting to get smoky already. It goes citrus, smoke, woody, and then Aventus. And then it does kind of go a little bit sour-ish. So it's a fair, I suppose the old-fashioned word would be a fair facsimile of Aventus. And for £12, I do not think you're going to get a better clone for the money than this. And let me just try and read it out again. This is Dur Al Maknoon, Eau de Parfum by Lattafa. Now, really worth keeping an eye on if you're kind of working on a really tight budget. Good. 4 to 6 hours performance, really, projecting quite hard for the first hour, and then it dies off. It does stay on the skin a long time, so you might get more than 6 hours out of it as a skin scent. But the fun part is certainly, it's all the actions to be had in the first couple of hours. And when you get so much of it, it's really easy to make a decant of it to carry around with yourselves and just top up when you need to. But yeah, for a cheap version, that's really, really good. Highly recommended. It's not exact. I mean, Creed can't make an exact clone of Aventus. Every time they make a batch, it's got a different smell. So what chance do the clone houses have when they haven't got anywhere near the budget that Creed has to work with? Next up, Vibrant Leather by Zara. As you can see, this is a 100ml bottle, and that's nearly half of it gone. And the reason that there's nearly half of it gone is because my son wears it for school. He's also stolen my Maths Hunter Intense, and this is his other school clone. Again, nice bottle actually. I like what Zara have done with that, and I love the magnetic cap. It's the little tiny details. In fact, I've actually got another bottle of this in a box put away, because this is mine. This has suddenly morphed and materialised itself in my son's bedroom. So there you go. Popular with the kids. It's let's give this one a spray as well. Dun, dun, dun. This one captures the spirit of Aventus really well. It was, I think it's £20 for 100ml, maybe £22 from Zara. I mean, Zara have made lots of different clones, and they've made lots of scents, and they don't do a bad job of it at all. Quite like Zara, to be fair. For a bargain place, yeah, you're not gonna go far wrong. Well, I don't know about their clothes. I've never bought anything from Zara in clothing wise. But this Vibrant Leather, right? Let's have a go. What you get with this is you get Aventus almost right. It starts off like Aventus, but not sharp, and it stays like Aventus all the way through, but not sharp. It's like a dulled down or duller version of Aventus. On me, I get really, really poor longevity out of this. It doesn't do very well on me at all. I get maybe an hour out of it as a noticeable, and then it becomes a skin scent. But that's just on me. On my son, when he comes home from school, I can still smell it quite clearly on him. So check this out with your skin chemistry and see how it goes for you. But for me, not so. I mean, it smells great actually. I think it does smell pretty good, but I don't. Performance-wise, it's not brilliant. It does actually smell a lot like Aventus, especially in the air. When someone's wearing it and they walk past you, you'll be hard pressed to say it's, to work out if it's a clone or if it is in fact Aventus. So they've done a good job on this one. Bottle's great, as I said, not bad at all. Now, what I'm sort of building up to is this one here. My friend Rich, partner in Questioning Sense, got me onto these guys. They don't really get a lot of hype online, and I've not really heard of them until my friend Rich discovered them. And they do an Aventus clone called Conquest, and the company is Luxor. And it's a 30ml bottle that it comes in. It's little. My only gripe with the presentation is the lid. It will just keep falling off, which is a shame. This one isn't as cheap though. This is actually quite expensive, I think, if you work it out, because this is a 30ml bottle and I think it costs £30. So yeah, it's not. I mean, if you work it out, what sort of 90ml is going to be £90. So it's certainly not a bargain basement Aventus clone. But what it is a really, really, really good clone of Aventus. Actually, I love the way this smells. Actually, it really does remind me of Aventus. The performance is excellent, and for the first couple of hours on this, it just kicks out. It's good in the air. The sillage that comes off it is excellent. It projects really, really well. I recently went on holidays to Greece with the family, and I chucked this in my suitcase to take with us because it's only a small bottle. So I gave it a good run for its money while we were over there, and it didn't let me down. For the first 4 hours, brilliant performance. For the first 2 hours, it's really kicking out, and anyone walking past you will think, "Oh, I can smell Aventus." There's no doubt about it. It's a spot-on clone. It really does smell like Aventus. After about the 4th hour, maybe into the 5th hour, it does dry off, and then it changes. It starts to lose its sharpness, and it doesn't really smell that much like Aventus anymore. It's still nice, but it loses its ability to be passed off as Aventus. So, would I recommend you buy this? Well, first and foremost, if we're going to go down that road, would I recommend you buy this for £12 for 100ml? Yes, buy it. It's a no-brainer. It's really good. It's not the best clone in the world, but at that price, just get it. You know, really, really good value. The Zara one, if you can get into a Zara store, they have them out to test. What I recommend you do is spray some on your skin and see how you get on with it. If it works for you, brilliant, get it. Because it's, you know, it's 100ml and it does smell a lot like Aventus, especially, you know, if your skin chemistry works well with it, then it's a great bargain. If like me it doesn't work so well, then I'll probably steer clear of it. I wouldn't spend the extra money. I'll just get that, or maybe, you know, explore one of the other clones out there. This one, if you're serious about having a decent Aventus clone without almost paying Creed prices, then I can't recommend this enough. The Luxor Conquest is really good, very good performance, and a really good copy of Aventus. So they've done really well with that one. I've not tried anything else of theirs. I think I will. I'm not a massive clone fan. I do have quite a lot of clones, but when I buy a clone, I will tend to buy a clone to wear. If it's, say, I'm interested in something really super niche, really super expensive, I'll get a clone of it and wear that, and then if I get on with it, then I'll look to buy the original. Clones are great for doing that sort of thing. You never quite get exactly what you want with clones, I don't think. I think there's some that are really spot on, well, not quite spot on, but really close, and some that are way off. You know, the only way to do it is to try them, or, you know, try and do some research and find out. But if we're just going to stick to Aventus clones, then I suppose of the three, this has to be the clear winner, purely based on price. This on accuracy and just nice to wear. This is lovely. It's kind of fruity. It's kind of a little smoky. It's quite woody. It does the job. And for the money, it is expensive. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot cheaper than Creed. So not a bad option. Anyway, I hope this has been some fun for you, and I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. If you've got any questions, then please, you know, put them below, and we'll answer them as soon as we can. And obviously, a like and subscribe, please. Many thanks. See you next time. Bye bye.